Even air hockey has expanded today. Talk about some of the air hockey here.
One of the interesting things we're testing in our Cary location is a game from Namco called Pac-Man Smash, which is a brand new take on air hockey. So it looks like a basic standard air hockey table, although 4 people can play simultaneously. What makes it interesting is that at any moment, something like 20 different pucks start flying out onto the game area. So you're basically hitting these games and it becomes a frenzy. So you're trying to knock these pucks into the goal as fast as possible. You know, the smaller pucks don't carry as much weight as the larger pucks, but there's so many of them that it really gives a new dimension to it. At the same time, we have a game called Quad Air Hockey that allows 4 people to play simultaneously with 4 different goals. So you and 3 of your buddies can actually go head to head trying to see who's actually the best air hockey player while going, you know, and knocking these pucks into each of the 4 goals.
You guys also have a new take on Pac-Man with Redemption. Talk a little about that game.
So I was really excited earlier this year to find this game called Pac-Man Mania that was actually developed for Namco by Eugene Jarvis. He's one of my heroes in the arcade world. Eugene created Robotron, Defender, a bunch of other classic games. He has his own arcade development firm based in Chicago, and they created a new version of Pac-Man that looks and feels similar to the old one, but has these unique angles because you can actually win tickets. Again, you can redeem for prizes. So, you know, it's basically putting all of your skills as a Pac-Man player to the test because you're able to go and win these prizes based on nothing more than all the many hours and years you may have spent mastering the Pac-Man game.
How have the advances in technology, we have a new Xbox One and PlayStation 4 coming out, impacted the type of experiences like Connect 4 or Trivia that we have here?
That's a fantastic question. You know, I think that for me, what I'm looking for in the arcade experience is to really kind of recapture some of the magic of the classic days. It used to be that arcades were where you go to see the latest advances in technology before you could see them anywhere else. And I think that the arcade industry, somewhere along the way, has kind of lost its bearing on that. My expectation is that over the next few years, you'll start to see advances in cabinet design, technology, motion capture, things that we started to see in platforms like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but taken to a more social experience. Not social in terms of being able to play against other people through PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, but social in terms of being able to go out together and play and compete to see who has, you know, the best skills and who can actually have kind of the most advances in terms of being able to play those games.
We didn't see 3D take off at home over the last couple of years, but you guys have 4D game experiences here. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, 4D gaming is kind of this interesting little industry buzzword that I think kind of is more exciting than potentially it sounds. But for me, what it really kind of captures is the idea that you can actually deliver a fully immersive experience that involves more than just the console and the television set. You're right, you know, 3D sound, 3D graphics, you know, in terms of, you know, kind of 3D television, they haven't really caught on to the extent that I think some of the TV manufacturers expect, because let's face it, it's kind of a pain to go and set up like the surround speakers in your house and to have to put on the glasses and that sort of thing. It's not as simple as being able to just sit down and play it. Well, we've done all that work for you at Dave & Buster's. So when you go play a game like Dark Escape 4D, you just sit down in the cabinet, you slide on the glasses that are there, the kind of the antibacterial glasses that are very sort of easy to play with and very hygienic. You slap them on, and all of a sudden you're immersed in a world that has compressed air and surround sound and all the things that you want in a very immersive horror game.
And the last thing is, as much as technology has improved, a lot of these games still use the age-old tickets. Why is that?
Well, I think that tickets really give you a very tangible and visceral experience. It's hard to capture through a digital, you know, through kind of digital methods, leaderboards and trophies and achievements and that sort of thing. You know, as exciting as it is to be able to see your tallies, your you know, the number of tickets go up, there's just something about seeing a stream of tickets coming out of a ticket dispenser and picking them up, carrying them around. I mean, I've seen, you know, people turn their head to look, you know, and follow somebody who has this giant stack of tickets. Wow, where did you win all those tickets? How did you, you know, get so much, and that sort of thing. And, you know, the whole experience of going and having the tickets counted and finding out how much you won and what you can redeem it for, there's something really magical about that.